New Blanime podcast.
Anyway, yeah, okay. All right, so yeah, this is episode 21. Shit, 121. I'm already messing up. See, 121 of the Blanime podcast. I'm Unbothered Mike. I'm with Nezuko, and then we have a very special guest with us today. We have Miss Indra from GERD Clothing. How you doing?
Good, you?
Oh, you know, same old. You know, we just briefly talked about our kid chronicles and pet chronicles and stuff. So yeah, regular stuff. You know, it is what it is. So,
grown up in.
Yeah. So y'all have had I'm doing Nate. Have y'all had a good week?
Yeah, very productive. Very productive.
Good, yeah.
Had some graduated from school. So now I'm the only Black female electrician in the state.
It's up.
So I
Let's
got
go.
some stuff going. I got some people wanting to collab with me, so we've been doing that. I got some stuff, some merch that's gonna be just when I drop it, it's gonna be like totally different than what I did at the beginning. But I still am gonna have stuff like that. But the merch I got dropping for my next two collections are gonna be dope. I'm ready for them. I was just like, that's gonna be totally different than what I started off with, and everybody's gonna be like, whoa. So I got a lot of good things going on this week, so ready to go.
You got a lot of stuff going on. So hypothetically, I can have some GERD clothing and have, you know, hot wire electricity for free.
This nigga.
Hey,
Allegedly.
I'll fix your lights and get you looking nice.
Appreciate
Ooh,
that.
that might be a little logo. I mean, a little catchphrase.
I need the lighting in here to catch me in all my glory. So
Crying.
yeah.
Funny. You get those people like, hey, can you come look at my electrical work? I'm like, yeah, I come. They were like, oh, how much you gonna pay me? We're friends. We're family friends. I'm like, I don't know you. Do you know my rates out there in the field? Yeah, you can.
Listen, I'll send you an invoice.
Yeah.
No, really though.
But I was like, I get an IOU. I get IOU. I was like, nah, Dad, I love you, but no. You'll get my invoice in a minute.
She said you'll get my invoice in a minute. I ain't mad at it.
I feel you. Yeah, I want to start out though, shouting out everybody, man. Shout out to everybody that's listening to us. Shout out to our Patreon group. I had two special shout outs. So yeah, I do want to shout out to Afro Otaku, who did the AfroCon, the one that me and Nate participated in. They sent us a little care package over here, so we got some good gifts in the mail from them. So shout out to them.
Thank you guys.
I'm gonna be wearing them next time we record, so y'all can see me in my glory. And I'm actually, I have the hat on from that they sent too. So it's My Hero the dad hat that they sent us over, and so yeah, me and you have one, Nate. So.
Yay, I can wear it once I take these down.
Yeah. And then also I did want to shout out to Abena. She joined the Patreon last week, and I forgot to mention it last time we recorded and everything. So I did want to shout out to Abena. She actually joined our Discord this week, so we got to talk to her and everything. So shout out to Abena. Appreciate her. She did a yearly subscription. So
hey, it's up.
It's up. Yeah. Let me see here. So now that we have a special lady with us, Indra, can you tell us who you are and your brand?
I am as I told you before, Black female electrician. I am a nerd and a geek. My brand is about celebrating us, basically having something that we can look at and that looks like us. We don't have a lot of that, and we are a big community within the anime community, you know, anime comic nerd community. We are a very big community that's growing. And I would like to just see us with something that has us on it, that looks like us, that does still have those references to things that we love, and be able to bring it back to celebrate who we are. So I decided, it took me a minute to actually take the chance to do it. But once I decided to take a chance, I did some research and I was like, look, I'm just going to do this and take a chance on it, see what it, the feel is all on it and go from there. So
I feel you on that. So how long has it's pronounced GERD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long has GERD been how long have you been cooking it? So like, has it been a thing you've been wanting to do for a long time, or has it just came?
Yes.
Okay.
But life got into the way, so you got things you got to do.
Completely understand.
So once I got towards the closer towards the end of my apprenticeship, my electrical apprenticeship, I was like, you know what, it's about time for me to take a chance and actually like.
The
quarantine part. Sorry, I think that's my headphones.
Oh, you good? Yeah,
during my quarantine, when we had like quarantine and everything had just started, I was just like, I was getting laid off quite a bit. So I was like, you know what, this is the time for me to do something that I want to do and knock something off my bucket list of things that I want to do. And I just got started, doing research on things, on manufacturing, how I would go about it, and looking for what kind of art I want to do and coming up with the ideas and sitting down with the illustrator I was working with. It was a back and forth, design with the designer. And once we finally got all the designs, we just went ahead, sent everything to printing and process with that too. So it was one process was done, then I went to the next one. So everything was like completely finished, and I was like happy with it. So
that's dope. So with the name, I guess, well, Mikey, are we gonna go into our current? We're gonna go ahead and kind of keep this going. We're gonna go on the current watches and then jump back to it.
Yeah.
Deep dive.
Yeah. Go for it. I mean, you can go whatever you want to do real quick.
Okay. Well, I just want to know the inspiration behind the name exactly, because I know everything has. Obviously, I know it has a nerd, but with the G, so is it like girl nerd kind of, or just how did you come up with that?
It was conjunction of geek and nerd, because geeks and nerds are if you look at the definition, I actually went and looked up the definition. The definition is different, but it's similar, because if you find a nerd, you'll find a geek within that same realm doing some of the same things that you can still consider them a nerd, and vice versa. We kind of coincide to where both personalities, and I found myself being part of both. And I was just like, I see a lot of people who are part of both, and it's like people use both terms for the same thing, basically.
Right.
So I just kind of combined the term and kind of make it like a collaborative thing of both, made it a conjunction, not an acronym. An acronym like everybody consensually is saying, like, oh, it's that gastrointestinal. I'm like, that's an acronym. It's a conjunction. I understand it's hard. I didn't like grammar. I didn't like English, but let me explain to you. There's a reason why I put the definition on the back of the shirt, so everybody can understand. I created a definition to explain exactly what GERDs are. So,
okay, I had to figure that. So I like the name. I like that. So that's cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mikey, okay, that was my biggest thing. I'll ask some stuff later. But I didn't know.
Yeah,
I want to ask it now.
Yeah, when you originally DM'd us and everything, I sent Nate over the link to your page and everything like that. She's like, "Oh my God, I really like all your clothing and everything there." So I was like, "Yep, we got to do it." So yeah, we appreciate it.
It literally was a lot of thought. I literally went back to the drawing board like 4 or 5 times each time. I had to anytime I did the idea, and I literally consulted with a couple people who were all geeks and nerds, and we sat down and talked about it. Even the designer, me and him, the illustrator, we were talking about it, going back and forth for what looks right before we were like, okay, we're good with this. We're good with that. So I'm super picky. I apologize at the beginning with every person I work with. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm picky. I will work your nerves. Don't get mad at me. Be understanding to that.
You want perfection, so that's okay.
Yeah, type A personality sucks.
So if you look on your page, I see some of the clothing and everything like that. Like I see the Killmonger joint, which is really nice. I really like that one. And then I see the Ben 10. So like, what's some of the stuff that you kind of grew up on that kind of inspired you to be a geek / nerd?
Okay. I've been telling this story, but it's a funny story. So I moved from Louisiana to California.
Okay.
And so when I was little, and we were like 7 to 8 years old, and I used to like getting up in the morning time for, you get up earlier than it's time for you to get up for school. And I go watch all the shows I like to watch. And by chance I was watching, I got turned to Telemundo because I seen I stopped. I was like, I see this show, and it was Dragon Ball Z. And then afterwards Sailor Moon came on. but I didn't understand because they didn't have any subtitles and it was all in Spanish. It was dubbed in Spanish. So I was like, that literally motivated me to go learn Spanish because I was like, I want to watch this. But by that time I learned fully was fluent in Spanish, they already had dubbed the English ones and all this other stuff. I already had watched these episodes. So that got me into other ones. And I started going deeper as I got, a little older. I started going deeper into anime. But like that, the level that anime is at now is like so vast. It's hard to like keep up with so much stuff. I'm just like, they're like, watch this and watch this and watch this. I'm like, I watch it, but sometimes I get like that ADHD kicks in. I'm like, I don't want to watch it no more. I'm gonna go watch I'm gonna go watch this anime. I'm gonna go watch that anime. I'm gonna watch this show. So yeah, that's what got me started. I was little and I seen Telemundo.
Right. You taught me something because I didn't even know Telemundo had Dragon Ball Z back on. So
yes,
that's crazy.
I was like, what? It's Telemundo. I like these people.
Wow,
that is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I can't
That's
even
crazy. I
imagine
didn't know that either.
saying over 9,000 in Spanish. Like I can't even imagine him saying it's over 9,000 in Spanish. Like I need to hear that one day.
It's so funny when I started speaking Spanish because you would like people would like stop and look at me crazy. Like even in my job, I would literally like see people who speak fluent Spanish, and you could tell when they speak that's their first language. And I started speaking to them. They were like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Bueno, cómo estás?" They were like, "¿Sabes de ese español que estoy aprendiendo en la escuela?" And they were like, "Oh shoot!" I'm like, so we just started talking. They were like, "Hey," and they just keep talking to me in Spanish. Even my kids, they'll look at me like, how do you learn Spanish? I'm like, I went to school.
I learned in school.
Yeah, but that kind of catapulted me to learn other languages. Like when you learn a Latin language, any language that's within that Latin community, or you learn
foundation.
Yeah, the foundation is like I was able to learn French and Italian a little bit better. I'm not fluent in those, but I can speak a little bit to where I can have a little bit of conversation. So.
That's dope as hell.
So I feel bad. I feel Spanish 3 now. See, it's coming back to haunt me now.
Crying.
Spanish 1 and 2, I was good, but 3.
Yeah,
I passed Spanish 3 and didn't stick.
I did Spanish for 5 years, man. By the time I was 5th year, my teacher was like, "What are you still doing here?" I was like, "I don't know. I just like the class." She was like, "Go take another class." I was like, "All right, I guess."
She said, "All right, I guess." That's so funny. That's dope. That is so dope.
Yeah. So you said Dragon Ball Z. Was there anything else? Sailor Moon.
Those were the ones that catapulted me. Now I started going into deeper. Like I started watching like some of these shows that I think people like think are like newer or feel like are newer. They were out in the 90s and stuff like that. Like especially like when Toonami came out and stuff like that. That's what started introducing a lot of this anime. I love Cowboy Bebop. That's my sadness. When I'm sad, I watch it to make me happy, and I tried to do that the other day. And I watched the first episode and I forgot. In the first episode, it shows old boy dying. I was just like, I went depressed again. I was like, I don't want to do this. I forgot.
Oh.
Do you have like a yearly rewatch of Cowboy Bebop?
I love Cowboy Bebop. That was one of my. They always have some good punchlines, some good fun stuff, and it's always like, yeah, either fighting or arguing, and I like it.
She said fighting or arguing. I'm crying.
I'm like, am I toxic because I like this?
No, not at all.
No, they fighting or arguing. That's entertaining to me.
You're not toxic at all. Look,
y'all like Full Metal Alchemist? I watched a lot of those different they have different versions for the ending, but they take pieces out of the original one that they started that they showed, and then they change it up for the ending that is going to be. I love Full Metal Alchemist. One Piece, I like One Piece. I haven't gotten a chance to watch One Punch. That's something that actually I wanted to get back into. Fooly Cooley. I like Fooly Cooley.
Jeremy used to talk about Fooly Cooley.
Love Fooly Cooley. Oh my God, that girl was just, she was ratchet. She was real ratchet.
I'm crying.
She just hit him in the head and he's like, no, hit him in the head, and there he goes. I was like, but there's other stuff I like. I do like watching, I like Marvel stuff. A lot of the Marvel movies I watched. My favorite is Wolverine versus Hulk.
Oh,
that was like the most epic movie for me. I was just like, as a Hulk fan, I was just like, oh, Hulk it was just berserk everywhere. I was just like, yeah. When you think the Wolverine's gonna get him, Hulk comes through. I was just like, You made him mad. What you gonna do about it? You can't do nothing.
Have you liked any of the Marvel shows that they've been dropping on Disney Plus?
Yeah, actually, I started getting into some of those. I don't know why. It just doesn't. I don't like to get too much into the shows because it's like makes me like literally go back. You have to take yourself out of the fact that they don't follow necessarily the character storyline with everything.
Yeah,
so you kind of have to do that. But Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I loved it. I loved it. That was one of them. I started watching WandaVision, but I kind of start in and out of that one. But yeah, I like that stuff. I like watching that every once in a while.
Yeah. For me, like for those shows that are coming out, WandaVision is my favorite one. Because it starts off a little bit slow, but like whenever it picks up, it goes crazy. Like crazy. And then it's like you're hooked, like watching like, yo, what the fuck is about to happen? And then I think Falcon Winter Soldier probably my second one. And then I think we got Loki coming in June, which is this next either a week or two. I think I'm ready for Loki. That's probably gonna be the best one. I can't
wait. Loki's gonna be, because the character that Loki is, I like Loki. Period. Like his character, what he, even though he's like basically the agent of chaos. That's how he is.
Yeah.
But he still has love for his brother and his background. That it's just crazy to see where he come from and where he's at now, how he got into that family and how the dynamic is between him, his brother, and his dad. It's just a lot. Like the last movie when, what was the last movie? Was it Ragnarok when the dad dies?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No. Yeah, it was Ragnarok. Yeah, it was Ragnarok when the dad died. Yeah, because that's the sister. The sister.
When Odin dies. Yeah. So in Ragnarok, after he died, you could just see the humanity. Like everybody can joke, Loki is just like this asshole who just has this vendetta against his family, but you see the passion and love he has for his family. That's what his more was. He wanted to be loved the same as Thor was loved, and he felt like he wasn't because he wasn't biologically there.
Yeah. The actor, I think Tom Hiddleston is his name. He be acting his ass off. Like,
yeah, he does. I love
it. The fact when he got scared in Ragnarok when they mentioned Hulk, the level of PTSD he had, I was like, ooh.
I think he's serious.
He was like,
he ain't acting. He ain't acting right now.
I was like,
yeah.
If you don't know the Hulk, if you never had an interaction with him, look at Loki's interaction. It was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was him until a few years later in the King Kong movie Skull Island. I didn't realize that was him playing one of the characters, and I was like, wait a minute, is that Loki? Like he's so good that I didn't even realize it was him. Yeah, he can act his ass off. So yeah, I love his character, and I love the way he plays Loki because it's perfect. Like he becomes Loki.
It's perfect. Yeah. And I loved reading mythology, not just Greek mythology, but all mythology across the world. So reading into that whole like Blood of Zeus. If you watch that anime Blood of Zeus, I love Blood of Zeus. I went through that entire one in the whole day because I love mythology and the way they went into it. It was so close to what it was to all the mythologies put together. I loved it. It was just like, the imagery, everything. I was just like, this is a good show. You can't.
We are a Blood of Zeus slander account. Oh, here that's my space.
Hey,
I love Greek mythology, but I really didn't enjoy Blood of Zeus because I just feel like it was a lot going on. Just for me personally, like I wasn't a fan of it, and we'll see what happens when they do bring the other seasons and everything. Like hopefully they can redeem themselves. Hopefully.
Maybe they can.
To me, anyway, because I know you loved it, so I know you good either way.
I loved it because I just love Greek mythology. I love anything with mythology in it, not just Greek mythology. Like even what's the name of that?
You like Vinland Saga?
Huh?
Well, it's not really mythology, but it's an anime on Prime. It's called Vinland Saga. Like if you like Vikings and Game of Thrones, like it gives you that kind of feel if you're into stuff like that. So you would probably really like.
I gotta watch that then. You know what I do like? What was the name of that? I forgot. Brain was gone. I was trying to remember the name of something I watched that I really did like. It had a lot of mythology in it. But there's a show I did like too called Seis Manos.
Okay.
on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I watched.
They're really coming out with some really good ones too. I like Seis Manos. It was kind of different from, it had some Santeria in and all this stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Well, South Korean Kung Fu, what we doing? Like, it piqued my interest. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I hadn't seen Seis Manos yet, but I haven't heard anything bad about it. So I'm
yeah, it's a short 6 7 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And maybe a little bit more, but I know it's short and it's really good. I liked it. I really like that. Blood is Juice is good, but I like Seis Manos.
Where do you typically watch your anime for the most part? Because I see you like all the Netflix stuff. Do you watch it primarily on Netflix?
Yeah, I do go to Crunchyroll, but that takes reading, and I wear glasses like literally. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to hear the dub. Sometimes
I know that's
like,
right.
I watch a lot of foreign movies, so I read it. I do the reading of the subtitles a lot, but sometimes I'm just like they had Cowboy Bebop on Crunchyroll. Went there, it was only, or was it Tubi? I think it might have been Crunchyroll, but it was only the
subtitles.
Subtitles, and I was just like, I don't know about that.
Well,
I just want to sit there, eat my cereal, and watch it.
Bebop is one of those ones that's like, I feel like it's the dub is the preferred viewing one, just like Yu Yu Hakusho. I hate the subtitle for Yu Yu, and it's like it has to be dubbed for that one. Like if I'm gonna watch that one, that's my favorite one. So yeah,
you gotta have, like, that's how I am sometimes. I'm like, a lot of Crunchyrolls is straight from Japan, with the animes. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of them come straight from Japan before they even get the dub.
Oh yeah. So
that's cool, and I like it. I don't mind doing that. I've watched a lot of movies where I have to read subtitles, but sometimes I'm just like, I just want to hear the dub.
So you can do other stuff too, because like if you're watching sub, you have to pretty much stay still so you can see what's going on. If you listen to something dub, you can kind of like, I can, mess with my phone if I got to get up. Right.
Yeah.
I can work and watch TV at the same time. It's like I need to be able to do that.
Like, since my baby was born, like my dub intake is going like all the way up, because now I can't read the subtitles and I got to listen to shit and hear, make sure she not, in the trash or something. So
you got to turn down the thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't like having to read. Sometimes I like cooking while I'm watching anime. Like I'm trying to, be able to hear what's going on. If I hear some dope shit, I can go over there and say, oh, okay, it's going on over there. But if I
and sometimes they have the slow moments where you can hear from the dialogue, it's a slow moment, and you're like, okay, you can continue on what you're doing. Then you hear something. You start hearing stuff. You're like, oh, hold on, this is picking up. Let me go over here and see what's going on and come back. So, Invincible actually was one show I could not literally do two things at the same time. I had to watch. I literally was like, I could. It wasn't because I couldn't. It's because I couldn't. I was just stuck. I was like, oh, this is real.
I want Nate to watch Invincible so bad so she can see the shit that happened. What? Invincible.
Invincible.
On Prime.
That's what I was supposed to be watching. I'm forgetting. I watched Day.
And this will make me so mad. I was just in the room I'm about to fight. I want to fight. Call Omni-Man. I'm with the shit today. You're not going to do that tomorrow.
From the first episode, it goes crazy. So it's like, that's
it used to be confused to where the plot line was going at the beginning. It left me at least confused. I was like, wait, this happened. What's going to happen next? Then this seems like it's the ending.
Yeah,
and then it shows. You go further and start showing the plot, and I was just like,
the whole time I'm sitting there like, okay, is Redacted evil or is he under control? Like, what's really happening? Like, I'm trying to figure out the whole thing, and they finally let you know what happened.
Faith. You try to have faith in people, and it's just and the character's like, no, why?
I'm like, surely this motherfucker ain't just just do all this stuff just for no reason. Like, what's really happening right now?
Yeah, it made me real hot. I was just like, I was cussing out characters. I was just like, raggedy ass. You okay? I was like, I think I am. But this motherfucker.
No, for real. Yeah, it just Invincible's definitely one of the ones that'll get a reaction out of you when you watch it. So. So what's your I don't want to put you on the spot, but I do. What's your top 3 anime you of all time? It don't have to be in any order, by the way.
Of course, Full Metal is on number 3. I just like the science part, the alchemy.
Yeah, alchemy.
I love. That's just my thing. I like Attack on Titan. I like Attack on Titan.
Yes.
It's the whole biomechanical thing going. It's just like, So I think my last one is what I just watched, which is Castlevania. And I love vampires and I love horror and all that stuff. And that's my thing.
You heard that, Nate?
I know she loves horror. I'm just waiting so I can get my horror bag off.
That's a horror stand right there. Yeah.
I love horror. Look, if I'm ever in a scary situation, just know I'm gonna be the only black girl that lives. I'm just gonna be I'm the only one that lives.
Look,
I'm out.
Watching this because I be watching. I'm like, bro, how do y'all get caught up like this every time? Every time.
I can't. I just sit there and like, look. I had a situation for Halloween. One of our friends came over to our house, and we didn't know it was our friend. We just thought it was a trick-or-treater. We're like, we turned off our lights. Who's knocking at the door? We open the door, and it's somebody standing there with the Michael Myers mask on.
Nope.
He's like 6'4", 6'5". He has the whole jumpsuit on, holding machete, and all you hear is the Michael Myers like music from out of nowhere. It seems like, and we're like,
nope.
Kick that door closed. I said, nope.
I was just
going to
say,
not today. Not today. We're not doing this
at all.
Oh man, it was funny because I'm like, now you know, my kids were like, okay, we know we're gonna survive with you. I said, you better keep up. That's all I gotta say. I gotta carry the 5-year-old. Everybody else need to keep up.
All right, your ass is grass.
Oh yeah, that and the zombie Army of Dead.
Army of Dead.
Army of the Dead. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I just watched that one. Yeah, I watched that one the other day. I had pros and cons for that one, but the only thing I really wanted was my guy Ghost from Power to survive and everything. So
why do you want him? I wanted him to go.
Amari Hardwick. Okay, I gotta watch. I did see that. I wasn't sure if that was gonna be a horror movie or not, so I did not watch it just because I wasn't.
And I'm not saying he died because I'm not spoiling anybody's. Just by the way, I just saying I want him to survive. That's what that was my thoughts going into the movie.
I wasn't rooting for him going into the movie. I seen him. I was like, so we're gonna have to take you out for how you did Tasha. I don't care if this is a new movie. How you did Tasha?
Whoa. What did he do to Tasha?
How you did Tasha was foul.
Technically, Tasha cheated first.
Technically, he's been cheating on her.
Technically, she showed the driver, her little cootie cat in the Escalade.
That's all he did. That's all she showed. She didn't do that yet. We don't know what he did before. We don't know his backstory. He probably, you know how those drug dealers are. They already had like 4 girlfriends in 4 different cities already.
But
Angela was just his main one that he liked. He loved. He did her dirty. He did old girl dirty. I was like, Tasha, if you ain't punch him in the face, I'm gonna punch him in the face if I see him. I was like, he's like when Lawrence Fishburne did Ike Turner.
Oh man,
a lot of black women in the streets probably wanted to fight Amari hard.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, we about to fight you because you messed up.
See, the only person that got a reaction out of me was Tariq on Power.
Oh man, Tariq makes you. I wanted to whip him with a thick leather belt, and I don't whip kids.
Yeah,
I was just like, doing this. Are you gonna be raggedy? Okay, go ahead, be raggedy in the streets. Don't look. You about to mess up everything. Go ahead, and mess it up.
Like you live rich. Like, why do you want to sell drugs? Like, what's wrong with you?
He said because his daddy had drugs.
Like the elevator goes to your front door. Like, you don't have to sell crack.
That shit's crazy.
This is rich people problems. I don't get. I'm like, people want to get out of selling drugs.
Yeah,
and you want to just randomly get into it.
Like, they was doing the shit so your ass could have, the iPhone 13 and shit like that. You was living good.
Ungrateful. He just want to go just mess everything up. I was just like, this boy. But he did. Amari Hardwick did a good movie called Spell.
I heard about. Is that out?
It's good.
I did not know it dropped.
It's about.
I missed that.
Basically, it's about basically hoodoo, which is African magic, and it literally is. Oh, it was good. Like there's a part that just it'll make you. You know those parts when it's so gory, it makes you cringe, like grit your teeth. We had a moment. Like, that's too much.
I did not know that was out. I remember the trailer for it. I was like, I'm watching that, but I didn't know it dropped. So it must have came out last year.
It came out. It probably came out earlier this year.
Earlier this year, man. I must have missed that then. Yeah, I definitely.
Is it on Prime?
I don't think is it on streaming services.
It is. I'm trying to remember which one we watched it on. You know, you got to get up 2,000 streaming services.
You know what people don't realize, like low key, Amari Hardwick does a lot of sci-fi horror, psychological thriller type movies. Like when he is in a movie, and I don't think people know that about him, but he does.
It did drop in 2020,
October 30th, 2020. Oh shit, damn near Halloween. Yeah, it has him, Loretta Devine, and a few other people.
Say Netflix.
I did not.
It's on Vudu, I think. Oh, for $2.99.
Yeah, I'm not paying for it. Let me see.
Crime. Morris Chestnut. Oh no, Morris Chestnut produced it. I was gonna get happy.
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah. Well, if you have those other streaming services that have it, you gotta watch it. It was really a lot of good stuff. Oh, what's her name? Is in it. I forgot her name. What's her name? Loretta Devine.
Yeah.
I love Loretta. She did good. She's always good. She could play any role, whether good or bad. And her role in this, she did so well. And I was just like, the whole movie was like really good. It was surprising because I seen what he did on Tank's, on the poetry he did on Tank's CD, and I was over Omari. I was like, we're not doing this. What is it?
It shows it might be on Prime, so
yeah, I'm about to find that one because I definitely remember seeing the trailer. And it's like, yeah, I need to watch it. I just didn't hear anything about it, so yeah,
it was so low key. When I actually just stumbled upon it, and I was just like, "Oh my Hardwick!" I was like, in a horror movie because I look in my horror collection, part. I was like,
you know what happened? So it dropped October 30th, and then right after that, it's election time and shit. So I think people was pretty much focused on that crazy election and everything, and they probably just flew under the radar. So, yeah.
So released in theaters, you guys think though?
I guess
that's the thing.
It had to.
Because you think so?
Yeah. Did you go see this? Well, yeah.
I've seen it on the stream. I've seen it on my TV on the streaming service.
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, I'm about to.
I think it might be on Prime now.
And I'm mad at. Yeah, it looks like it's on Prime. It's on Prime.
Yeah, I think it is on Prime.
And the thing that makes me mad is like the like Rotten Tomatoes. This is why I hate going to Rotten Tomatoes, because the people who are giving these, you look at people who are giving these reviews, and sometimes you're like, are you really watching the movie for what it's supposed to be watched for? Like, do you even understand what's going on? Like, but this has like literally 4.5 stars, and this was pretty good for what he did. I was surprised. I literally was like, this is different than Ghost. This is good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's on Prime to purchase, so it looks like you can rent it for $6, and it looks like you can.
How much?
Well, one place that says you can rent it for $6, and then it's another one that says you can rent it for $3.99. So I guess these are different places you can rent it on Prime though. So
Vudu said $2.99.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that though. Whether it be I pay the $3 or I go through other means.
I hate you.
Yeah. So let's do current watches though. So what have we been watching lately? Nay, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So this week, anime, not that much. I did watch. I haven't caught up completely on Tokyo Revengers, but I'm like maybe 2 episodes behind now. Well, maybe 3 if they had an episode drop over the weekend. They did. Okay, so then technically I'm 3 because I'm on episode 6. Okay, so I guess 2. However you want. Yeah, so I'm about to catch up on that. And honestly, yeah, that's really all I watched. I tried to watch Vivi, but I seen Vivi was on Funimation. I couldn't see it on Crunchyroll.
No, I watch it on Verve.
You know, well, I'm gonna have to download.
You got to Verve down. Verve is so much better than Crunchyroll. The Crunchyroll app the Crunchyroll app is terrible. Honestly, yeah. So yeah, I've been watching on Verve, and man,
okay, I'll download Verve because I did go to Funimation because it's on Funimation. But when I tried to log in, it's like you have to have a premium account, and I was like, you know how I feel about Funimation, so I was like, fuck y'all.
Oh no, I lied. Vivi is on Funimation, and Tokyo Revengers is on Verve. Okay, never mind. I lied. Yeah, you're right. It is on Funimation.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to use your account because you know I'm not signed up for their ass no more. But honestly, that's pretty much all I watched, and then I've been watching Stargate SG-1. I'm on season 3 already. So I did not realize that show is good though, because it just touching on the planet, you know, the time travel, the planet travel. Like I just really like that show. Like I used, like I said, I used to watch it here and there when I used to watch sci-fi as a kid, but to actually see the storyline progress and like what the show's about, I absolutely love it. So like I said, I'm on season 3 of that. I've been watching that because I can move around and watch different things. Oh, I feel like I watched nuts. I watched one other movie. Oh shoot. It was a foreign movie. God, I'm mad. I don't remember it right now, but when you guys, let me go to my Netflix account. You guys may go. I don't remember what. Oh, I'm so mad. It was a foreign horror movie though. It was so good. Oh, it was about these two. They were like in med school and they were like really into like paranormal activities and stuff. And one of them, like his mom was sick and she was in the hospital that they were working at. And the other one was like familiar with like ghosts and stuff. And he believed in it. But the guy whose mom was real sick didn't believe in ghosts. And his mom ended up dying. So then he kind of like came with his best friends. Like, you know what? I kind of want to, you know, I guess so he could see his mom again kind of thing. He kind of was like interested in the idea. And so they were trying to do like different experiments at the hospital. And so finally they were trying to see like could ghosts and poltergeists and stuff like interact with humans. And the best friend killed himself. And it goes into them trying to, not him necessarily come back, but like almost like him speaking beyond the grave. I'm so mad right now. I can't think of the name of it, but it's like I think it's either a Thai horror film or a Korean horror film. It was really good. I loved it. Oh, so good.
A lot of those films from there, like the original one Miss Call.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Was
that like
chime was so scary.
They made the American version of it because I was just like, the American version is nothing compared to what that. The original was scary.
I didn't even know the American wasn't the original. Okay, so there's a whole nother one.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You got to watch the original, One Miss Call. The original of Ju-on, y'all probably seen that. The Ring.
Yeah, I was just saying The Ring had to.
Yeah, a lot of those movies like that have originals that are like
porn.
Yeah, and like The Orphan. There's a movie called The Orphan. It's from Spain, I think. It's really good. It has a dub. It has the English dub on it. But it's a really good movie. Like this lady, she comes in, she's supposed to be working at an orphanage, and it's just different than what she thought it was going to be. It's like,
okay, now I'm thinking about something completely different.
You thinking about the one with the little girl?
Yeah, the little
that's
girl,
what I was thinking about.
That was like 40.
She's
She's really 40.
She's an adult. She's an adult. What's going on? She's like 30 years old.
The way I would fight that woman. That kid woman, whatever she was. Oh my God.
When she started taking out her teeth and everything, I was just like, what?
That was wild. When she took them teeth out, I was like, okay, now this just went so.
We're done. I was like, no, we're going to send you back. Go get the box, somebody package her up. We just got to send it back. I think that's defective.
For real.
She's too old.
Way too old. Yeah, that's how I watched this week. Y'all know I love my little horror stuff or my little sci-fi shit. So that's what I really been on. But I guess to go back to anime, I do like where Tokyo Revengers is going. Because it's really, I don't know if mystery is one of its genres, but
let me look it up.
It's definitely like low key, like where I'm at now. They're doing like it all is kind of like a whodunit because it's like, like how, we're trying to save his sister, but who did it and like why and all this stuff. It's a really, I like the mystery aspect of it more than anything. And I do like I love time travel. So I really do like the time travel aspect and how their time travel, even though they haven't just like did a deep dive into it like that, just how when you watch different animes or just even TV shows, because there was an episode of Stargate SG-1 that kind of touched on time travel because there's a black hole at a different planet that they were like exploring. People's theories on time travel is crazy, and like just seeing the time travel theory that Tokyo Revengers is using compared to Steins Gate, compared to Reborn, compared to like it's just different how everybody has a little bit different theory on time travel. It's so interesting.
You'll like Vivi when you get into it. So Vivi has time travel.
They touch on time travel. Man, that's the time. It's so deep. Oh, it's so deep.
Yeah.
It is.
What about
like
you?
literally, you just sit there and be like, just to think about the like to be able to go and see different things, and knowing that when you go back in time, there's a chance that you might change it going back there. And I was like, where would I want to go if I can go back into time? There would be so many things. I'd probably be like, can I go to the 70s and talk with the Black Panthers? Because I want to see what's up. Let me just look. The FBI is looking for you. You gonna die.
Right. So get out.
You don't be here. Get out.
No, for real.
Like, she done did everything. Like, we gotta stop her. Bring her back. She doing too much. She telling too many.
She's
I'll leave after I get the lotto number.
That's one thing I feel like in a parallel universe, I have won the lottery at some point.
Yeah, you gotta feel rich sometimes. I was like, you look at your bank account, you like, do they have the receipt for that? When did I buy that? Damn, Jeff Bezos done got me again.
Damn. Man, listen.
No, really, Amazon be taking this money.
I think I got 7 things on the way right now.
See, that don't even make no sense.
I'm out. I can't do it no more. I'm building an Amazon warehouse and I'm buying from Amazon like crazy right now.
That's funny. That's funny as hell.
Hey, Drew, what about you? What you been watching lately?
With the little time I do have, I literally been jumping in and out of different anime and just going back to some old stuff. I really like to do that every once in a while. Kind of just like when I go to sleep, I like to put on something old and that I've already seen and make my mind just shut off. But I've been going between. Just finished Castlevania. Just finished up the second Baki that they made.
Oh, okay.
Netflix. I've been going back to Cowboy Bebop, like I said, just kind of going back on certain ones. Going back on Attack of Titan because I know I fell off a little bit towards the end, and I just need to go back. Sometimes I need to go back and like even with books, go back and just read from there or see from there. Go a few episodes back and check, see where Getting back into the 7 Deadly Sins because I did jump off of that one too. The last I think season or 2. I fell off. I was like, dang, I need to get back into that. But there's a lot of other stuff I've been watching too, like The Godfather of Harlem. That one was awesome. But that's like an hour each episode. So you once you invest your time, you're invested. So,
yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I heard that's really good.
It's really good. I love history too. So it was just speaking to my soul. Everything that was going on, I was like, oh, they got Malcolm X. They got Clayton Powell. They got Buzzy Johnson. They got so much stuff going on. And to see everything, how they depicted it during that time. I also been going back to Lovecraft Country because I'm hoping that they come soon with a new season. Come back, please.
Right.
Yeah, funny thing, we got to plug Jonathan Majors because he actually went to our high school when we were there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he actually was there. He wasn't there, like, he didn't graduate with us, but I don't think, but he did go to high school for a little bit. So I remember seeing him in the hallway back in the day.
Man,
he lived in my neighborhood for a while, so.
That show, it's just like, it's everything.
I loved it.
Especially my favorite episode was the episode when they talked about, what's his wife? What's her name? I keep forgetting her name because it's beautiful. But when she started traveling, she's like Hippolyta.
Oh, Hippolyta, yeah. Yes.
Hippolyta was traveling like that one broke my soul. It fed me. I was just like, yep. She was like, it's just the dynamic of being a Black woman. I was like, man, I was telling every man I knew, I was like, look, y'all need to watch this. This is talking about us.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we don't get it.
Yeah.
All right.
The Hippolyta episode and the Emmett Till episode really, they stood out to me.
Yeah. The Black Wall Street episode broke me too.
That one too. Yes.
That was so many dynamics at once. It was just like taking all that in. But I've been going into that. I'm trying to look for some new ones. I was looking up the Mars Red.
That's on my list.
And I love vampire shows, and the cinematography on it looks great. And I was like, I need to watch that. So that's on my list. I'm going to kind of just start with that. And I'm kind of person like, once I get into it, I want to finish it. And I could try to watch something else, but if something else grabs me, okay, I'll go. But other than that, I'm like, I come home, I'm like, let me finish this. Everybody leave me alone. I need peace and quiet.
To finish this.
Like all day. So, yeah.
Let me see. Okay, so let me go to mine then real quick. So, Yeah, I did watch Tokyo Revengers this week. I actually was watching it right before we started recording, so I didn't finish. I think I got like 6 or 7 minutes left on it, so I'm gonna finish that one. But this episode looked like it's about to go crazy because shit was sweet in the beginning of the episode, and then it wasn't sweet in the last bit that I saw. So I'm about to see what happens on the end of that one. So Tokyo Revengers is one of my favorites right now for the spring season of anime that are dropping week to week and everything. Now the reason why I didn't get to watch all of Tokyo Revengers is because I've been binging Vivi, and Vivi's right there with Tokyo Revengers as far as like my favorite right now that are out week to week. It's one, like, once y'all get a chance to look at Vivi, it's one of the most beautifully animated shows I've ever seen. It's up there with like the Ufotable Demon Slayer, the Fate, anything with best animation. It's up there. It's really, really good.
I gotta watch it. I can definitely look it up because
yeah. The main character is essentially she's a artificial intelligence, basically like an android, and the fights it's basically like it's kind of like a musical anime because her thing is she's a singing android, so her purpose is to sing in front of crowds of people and make sure humans are happy by her singing. And so essentially the way it starts off is, without going too deep into it, because I know y'all, it's just, I don't want to spoil too much or anything, but essentially there's 100 years in the future, there's a war between AIs and humans. And so a doctor sends one of his AI robot things back in the past, 100 years back, to recruit Vivi to basically stop the war from happening. So it really literally goes like the first 2 minutes of the show, you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And that's what hooks me, is when my eyes open real wide in the very beginning of the show. So the show is super good. And yeah, so it's really good music in there. Like, they're singing in Japanese, but the voices are beautiful, and the action is really good. So it's not like just singing and everything is all happy go lucky. It's a lot of good fighting and action, a lot of good stories. So I've been binging that. I think I'm on episode 7 or 8 of that, and I think it's only like 9 episodes or 10 episodes that are aired. Yeah, so I literally I couldn't put it down. Like, once I got into the first few minutes of the first episode, I was like, oh, I can't put this down. So yeah, I fell asleep. I was late at night. I was watching that. I fell asleep last night. I was like, oh yeah, I had to wake up and start trying to watch some more once I got the kid out the way and everything. So yeah, Vivi is beautiful.
I'm definitely gonna watch that thing.
Yeah. I definitely have to check that one out. So
I love his cinematography.
Yeah,
and anime when it's good, and like the last couple episodes of Castlevania, the art was just like, oh my god, it was so beautiful. Yes. So every time I'm watching them, like the storyline is good. All the fight scenes are good for me, at least. Some of them are a little short. I wish I would have seen a little bit more the fight scene of Carmilla. Like, you seen her like kill all the people.
Oh man, yes.
I really want to see more like in depth. Like, it really didn't. It didn't. I was like, I wanted to see more of her and Isaac, because it seemed like Isaac basically got all his mustard to jump on her, and then he got on her. But that's kind of like basically evening it out, because she's a whole old vampire, so she probably has some stuff about that. So it was like, man, even that fight between what's the son, Dracula's son's name?
Alucard.
I always forget his name. Alucard, and when he fought his dad in what, the first season?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he fought his dad. Even now, it's like I want to see more, because it kind of was just like, okay. But the cinematography and everything, the plot line and most of the fight scenes are like, I just want them to get more. Maybe I'm just being greedy as a watcher, but I just want more.
Did you finish? You finished it?
Yeah, I'm done.
So do you think that there's going to be another season?
They set it up. The way to set it up, there's definitely have to, because you got to think about how it ended. Like, yeah, I've seen somebody else review. They're like, yeah, they just kind of, wrapped it all up. And I was like, okay, so I wasn't done yet. But when I watched the rest of it, I was like, they've kind of wrapped everything up. But at the same time, they actually left availability for something else to go on. Because you got to think, there's still vampires out there. There's still the conflict that's what was still going on. It's just that one person, and how old girl was talking about power is for vampires. How it's basically like a drug. That's what they always end up wanting.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's not going to stop. So all these dynamics happening at once, all these things showing at once, it's kind of like, yeah, there's going to be some more going on. I just wonder what direction are they going to take it with that.
They'd have to focus on Dracula and his wife, because they're really like the main part. That's really the only issue that could happen. If they get found out that Dracula's back, then I can see a whole bunch of shit happening.
Yeah, they're gonna try to recruit him, and what's gonna happen is his wife's gonna be like, no. Then they're gonna try to. I think they're gonna try to. My theory is they're gonna try to show them taking out the vampires, taking out the wife, because she's basically gonna be that one point. She's that part of him that makes him human, that keeps his humanity. And the vampires don't want him to be humane, because when he was like, he had no humanity, he was ready to just destroy everybody.
He was ready to kill everybody. Yep. Yeah.
So with his humanity, they're gonna be mad because he's the most powerful vampire with his humanity, and now he has humanity, and they can't get him to do the stuff they wanted him to do. So yeah, I think they're gonna end up trying to kill her. That's what my theory is. And if they do, it's gonna be a lot, because you're gonna have Alucard after. You're gonna have, the last time they killed her, what happened? So and that was against humans.
Hell on Earth.
Yeah, that was against the humans. I can only imagine what he's gonna do against the vampires. He's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, just step back and let him do what you gotta do, because he really mad right now. Like, you died, she died, you died. You guys finally get together. Y'all both are back, and then she dies again. Oh no, that'll be bad if they make her die again.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, I don't know if they'll bring it back, because it seemed like, I feel like they closed out enough of it to where they don't have to do anything more. But if they did, I wouldn't be mad at it, because they haven't missed on a season yet. So, you have the baby. You have the baby
Belmont,
and I think Alucard and that girl that he's with. I think they
gonna have a fourth of a vampire.
Come on, there's so many ways to go with this. I think they need to. That would be good, because literally they've been doing really well with this.
Yeah,
and really enjoyable to watch. So like, literally, I will follow. I'm one of those people, like, when you're a kid, you try to stay up. You can't stay up, but you still stay up until you fall asleep, and you wake up like, no, and I turn it back on. That's me. I'm like, I was feeling that way about that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Like I told Nate on our last episode, whenever we finished it, I was like, yo, we know how Netflix is. If it's gonna be, clear for another season, they'll let us know probably like a month or so later after the season airs. So yeah.
That's frustrating. Waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's so much stuff coming out that, I'm not like necessarily waiting on it, but if it happens, I'll be fine with it, because they drop essentially they drop pretty consistently. Like, it was, I think season 3 was last year, if I remember correctly, and then like the year before that, I think it was the second season or whatever. Like, it hasn't been a whole lot of time between Castlevania dropping to now. So
I think between season 3 and last season, it's like been the longest span that I've seen. They waited before they dropped it, because the last work is coming out and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So now, I was like, this wait is a long wait, but when I seen it, I was excited.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. We'll see what happens with Castlevania. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at another season at all. We'll see. I did watch 2 other shows on my list. So there's a show called Combatants Must Be Dispatched. And we talked about it briefly on here before, but I didn't really remember what it was about. And I didn't care for it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched 1 episode. I'm like, I'm cool. It's too. I think now my younger 20-year-old Mike would have been like, yeah, cool. I'll watch this. But like now, I'm like, bro, I don't care about the goofiness and the etchy and that's like the real silly shit. Like, if you're gonna be silly, do that in between somebody getting their ass beat. Like. Yeah. So nothing really on that one really drew me in. Basically, this I don't even know how to describe them. This faction of people basically dispatched somebody to take over a world, which was Earth, I believe. And so they dropped a guy on Earth and everything, and they send him with the AI to take over the civilization and everything like that. And he's mad, goofy, and he's trying to do is basically see breasts the whole time and everything. So it's just like, yeah,
What's up with those with anime that, like, it's so overly sexualized sometimes? I'm like, man, there's some perverted.
It's mad perverted.
Stuff.
Like I said, if you're gonna do it, just do it to where it's not over the top. And like, yeah, that's just for me. Like, I don't mind it, but just like, come on, bro. Yeah.
Oh, High Rise Invasion. That's pretty good one too. It's kind of like once you get into it, I literally I'm the kind of person I like to look up some of the stuff that goes on while I'm watching it to see I have a better understanding of the whole. I like the big picture. So I was looking up some stuff within their wiki as well as just watching it at the same time, and it was really good. It's kind of like a game. People get transported to this other realm, and it's all on high rises. You can't go to the bottom. Usually, when people are going to the bottom of the floor level or basically the ground,
the street level,
they're dying. Yeah, they're dying. So basically, there's people in there trying to kill you. They're all being manipulated by this big computer. And this girl gets there, her brother's there, and it's just so much stuff that goes on. It's you become godly or basically like a god within the game. And once you become, there's certain people who can become that. They can control people or control different things. It's a lot of stuff that goes on. It was pretty good though. I was like, sometimes the animated girl, the main character is like, yes, we're going to do that. Sure. And I was just like,
I didn't finish it. So you really enjoy, you finished the whole thing?
I have 2 episodes left. Okay. I always get towards the last one. But stuff starts picking up a little bit. It's really slow at the beginning. They have some action parts, but when you start putting pieces together and figuring out how the game is running and how who everybody is and what level they are as far as their character and the game that is being played and how the rules are and all this stuff, you're like, oh, okay. All right, this person is this person is that person's an angel, that person's a god. It's kind of basically like that whole religion kind of set up. There's gods, there's angels, there's prophets, and they all have different levels of power that they have over these people who are programmed with the chips in their brains kind of thing. So
I might have to revisit it then. Yeah, my watch list is so crazy right now. It's just I didn't see myself finishing it, so I let it go. But if I get some downtime, which is rare, then I might finish. I think I finished 4 episodes. So I probably got 4 more or something like that, or 6 more, something like that. I know it wasn't a full 12 episodes. So yeah, I'll have to see what happens on that one.
Yeah, some of it's predictable. Some of it's okay, all right, yeah, I already knew that was gonna happen. Some of it's okay, they start telling you the rules and how did that person do that? If that rule's not working, how is this happening? Kind of thing sometimes in that. So I liked it.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of Netflix anime, but they have such an abundance. I go there for something else. I'm like, oh, this looks decent. They show you a little previews of it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it, And then I go to Crunchyroll, and then I go back there, and I'm like, okay, now I want to watch Boondock, so I go HBO Max.
Yeah, I was going. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to tell you because we were talking about Netflix anime and stuff. So I told Nate this as well. They're going to be dropping. I don't know if you heard this anime called Tresse, and Tresse is is it a Korean comic? I think it's I think it's either Korean comic or Korean anime, however you put it. But anyway, it's a horror thriller, supernatural kind of deal where the main character Tresse is basically fighting demons the whole time, and it looks really good. It's a different kind of art style. It is going to be dropping on Netflix, but I think it actually might be in June that it drops. So I can't remember.
Is it Blue Exorcist kind of thing?
I think it's a little bit darker than Blue Exorcist.
Is it?
Yeah, I think from what it appeared to me, it looks more so along the lines of dark like Castlevania. So so we'll see what happens with that. When Tresse comes out, I can't remember. Like I said, I can't remember when, but I'm pretty sure it was sometime in June, and that one's supposed to drop. So that might be something you might need to be on the lookout for. The trailer is out, so you can go look at the trailer for Tresse. It's Tresse.
Yeah, I just seen it right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to put that on my watch list. So let me know.
The never-ending watch list.
No, for sure. I'm disgusted.
I got about 3 or 4 of them. I'm like, each one, hey, I like this. Oh, this is not my watch list.
I got 30 or 40 that I have on my need to watch list. So yeah, it's crazy right now. Oh, and then Mars Red. So yeah, I did watch the first episode of Mars Red. It does start off mad slow, so that might be one I have to revisit as well. Because essentially it puts all the story out and, kind of explains the universe and everything. So basically humans and vampires, they don't live together, but the humans are aware that there's vampires out there. And so if there are vampire crimes that are committed, then they'll dispatch the anti-vampire squad basically and everything like that. So long story short, some faction of vampires is really, really cutting up, and they have to enlist the aid of one of the special vampires that are out there to kind of assist them with these other special vampires that are out there. So that's what I got from episode 1. It did start off mad slow. There's a lot of dialogue and it's real dramatic. As far as like it's, when I say dramatic, basically one of the vampires that is in there, she's like, I don't know if she's locked up, but she's somewhere, and she's essentially like quoting like religious philosophical shit the whole time. And I'm like, bro, what is going on? I don't understand. Why is she just doing this? So I might have to be in a better mind state to watch that one and everything. So we'll see. I do enjoy good vampire anime, and I don't think there's a lot of good vampire animes out there outside of Castlevania. So if that's
there's one I watched. It was about vampires were going to a different school than the humans, and they're like their schools are separated, but they started trying to intermingle. I forgot the name of that anime.
I don't think I heard of one like that.
It was, I forgot the name of it, but it was like the one person. They were like a person who's a police officer, like the security of the school, and they were kind of like securing between vampires and the human high school people, and it was a lot of stuff that went on. I was just like, okay, it's okay, but it wasn't one of the best vampire animes. Castlevania actually is probably number 1 for me because
for sure
the death.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, there's one you might like that I watched a few months ago called Devil's Line. It's really, really bloody and gory, and it's more so a romance thing too.
Oh, I remember I checked.
Yeah, Devil's Line. So yeah, I think it's on High Dive. So you might have to get a subscription to High Dive, or if you want to,
it might be on Prime too.
Oh, if it's on Prime,
Prime. Okay,
it might be on Prime. It might be.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I started that last summer. I just never finished it.
I finished it. Yeah, so it was good enough for me to finish it because I wanted to see how it turned out. So, yeah, but like I say, it's more so romance and action. So it follows the story of basically a vampire and him and his human girl end up having feelings for each other, and he's
Twilight.
Damn near Twilight. Yeah, damn near.
I can't do it. I can't stand Twilight. I cannot. I was that person. Like I'm always what's the name of that one show that was about vampires? It had that was
the originals. Oh, well, not the spinoff of Vampire Diaries.
No, it was they were in Louisiana.
It might be the originals then because it's a spinoff.
No, either one. It was like one of those gritty ones. It was
Louisiana.
They had Lafayette, who was like the trans cook. They had what's that one girl? And a Packin. Let me see. What's the name of it? And Packin. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of that show. And she True Blood.
Oh, True Blood.
First couple seasons of True Blood was good. Like towards the end, I was like, okay. But the first couple seasons of True Blood was so good. It was like that's the kind of vampire stuff I like seeing. I was like I watched the originals. I did like the originals, but I kind of just found
it got too many. They was making too many deals with each other. I was like, y'all plotting that to them.
There's a werewolf show called Bitten. If you've never seen it, really good. It's about the only female alpha that was born.
Oh,
that was
okay.
what turned into it. She was the first and only female alpha werewolf. And when she got turned, like it was like a big kind of thing because there was never a female alpha, and it was just like they all smelled it. And it was just war. Her clan was like trying to protect her. And it was just a lot of stuff that was going on. They were trying to, and other clans were trying to make other female alphas. They couldn't. She was the only one that was able to go through the transformation and survive it. So it's a good show. It's a really good show. They got a couple episodes, a couple seasons of it. So
what is that on?
Bitten. I watched it so long ago. Let me see. Bitten. I do not. Sci-fi.
Oh, okay.
They might have it on YouTube, Voodoo, and Amazon Prime does have it. Amazon Prime Video has it.
Fine.
Yeah, it's a really good show. It goes into like if you like werewolves, vampires, all that stuff. They don't really talk about vampires. They talk about werewolves a lot. So that's basically the basis of that. Like, what's the name of that other show? Sabrina, the teenager that's still.
Oh yes, yeah. I like that one. Yeah.
I like that.
I like the dark.
It was real dark, and I was just like, yes. This is the kind of Sabrina, because I thought it was going to be like the show.
Like the actual 90s one. Like, oh, she about to be happy.
I was like, okay, this is a little dark. And I started seeing it gets darker and darker every season.
Yo, they be killing me when they be like, praise Satan. Or like, you know, how like be like, thank God. They be like, thanks Satan. I'm like, thanks. I
be like, looking kind of uncomfortable. Like, am I supposed to be watching this?
Right.
Does that mean am I gonna be possessed after this? Oh yeah, that's a good show too. So I'm into all that stuff. Like I try to watch that stuff. What's that one that was based off the? Everybody loves that show, but it was based off a comic book. With Archie, Jughead, and all of them.
Oh, Riverdale.
Yeah, I tried, but
I didn't get the Riverdale.
It didn't catch me. I was just like,
Yeah. My daughter's mom loves that show. And I'm like, no, I'm cool.
Yeah, it wasn't worth for like I'm a really like good supernatural show for me are like the show Supernatural.
Oh.
I like Supernatural. I love Supernatural. Okay. Like they have so much stuff that goes on and it taps on a little bit of everything. And Dean was my favorite person because he was out there like, oh, you a bitch. Straight up. I was like, oh, he's real up front.
I definitely shed some thug tears whenever I saw the end of Supernatural and everything, man. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that show to end.
You weren't ready, but it was. I had to realize it was on for so long.
On for like goddamn 15 years, I think. Like,
but it always every year. There may be like 2 seasons. I was like, okay, it's kind of like flopping. What's going on? But then they pick right back up, and I was just like, oh,
yeah.
Somebody, they all went to hell at some point and came back.
They definitely have gone to hell and back, literally.
Yes. I was like, so this one came back from hell, and this one the brother gotta go now. What's going on?
I'm like, all right, y'all done fought angels, y'all done fought demons. Now y'all gotta fight God. Like shit, y'all gotta fight God.
Damn. And God was literally like one of those parents that like literally left their kids and was like, I'm good off you.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I was like, really? God, really? What you doing right now? It was a toxic relationship. Relationship I see between parent and child going on like it's like Lucifer. I tried watching it was pretty good from what I was watching, but I fell off of it. But my daughter watched, she was like, you gotta watch Lucifer.
Yeah, you do have to watch Lucifer.
Yeah, I was like, I need to get back into it and try to like just sit down and be still. But yeah,
it got better when Netflix took it over because they could like
they can go into some stuff that probably they couldn't do on on CW or something.
No, it wasn't CW. It was something else. But like now they can, it's different when you on one of those networks and everything, and now you on Netflix, so you can kind of do what you want to do. So now they actually can cuss and talk their shit like they want to and everything. So so. Because like, because now, like the whole first 3 seasons, this is network and everything, and now you hear Lucifer actually say shit. I'm like, oh shit! Now he can curse. The devil can actually curse. Like, okay, yeah. So it's just more realistic now. And I like who they casted as their father as God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh man, I want to see that season because I think that to watch that dynamic is basically a father and son dynamic. It's like to watch it, and he was like he was a deadbeat dad for a while.
It's crazy.
Like he ready to come back, and you be like, I don't know. Can I be mad at God at this point in time for me to deadbeat dad?
No,
this is what happens.
When you watch it, you'll fully understand why they're pissed off at him, and And I think I got like 2 episodes left because they just aired the rest of season 4. And so I completely understand why all these archangels dislike God. So yeah,
it's probably the same reason that was in Supernatural.
Nah, it's worse than that.
It's worse than that. Oh my god,
It's worse.
It's the same, but it's worse.
He was already bad in Supernatural. I was like, you just gonna leave him and we're like, I'm good. I was trying to hide out from my kids. Now I'm just gonna leave once they find me. Like kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but definitely watch Lucifer. I think you'll get into it and everything. I told Nate she needs to watch it as well. I think she'll like it as well. So some parts is mad corny. Like there was one episode of this most recent season that dropped. It was super corny, and I had to kind of like. It was basically like a musical episode. They were singing and dancing, and the only reason that they were doing this is because God was forcing them to do it. And I'm like, all right, man. So
one of those filler episodes where you're like, you guys are trying to change the direction and make it like funny, but it's going over the top with it. Like,
like I don't need to see Maze the demon singing "Bad to the Bone" and one of the other chicks was singing "No Scrubs," and I'm like, I'm cool. I'm cool. And then they like mash it up to Bad to the Bone and No Scrubs is one song. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. Right
like, what episode is that so I can skip it?
The episode title is literally something. It's like something karaoke something. And you'll, once you see why it starts happening, then you're like, okay, well, it happens like 4 times in the span of 30-40 minutes. So like every time I saw them start singing, I was like, I don't need to hear them sing. So I would go past it and everything. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, for current watches and stuff, we've definitely all watched together and everything like that. So let's talk about the clothing line and everything. So I know you had told me that you might possibly have somebody with us and everything talking about. I guess they couldn't be with us today.
Yeah, it's the operations manager. She's actually getting the TikTok ready right now while I'm doing the interview. So we have some TikTok stuff. We already just put a little bit up, but we're gonna just put some more up. Big part of the thing is like basically getting our name out there, getting some promo, get some good content we're putting onto our site, our platforms, all of them. So that's what's been our thing right now, is getting ourselves out there, getting ourselves known, showing that, we are the brand for you guys to look at, like as well as the other brands. You guys can wear us not just one way. There's so many different ways. We're versatile, and that's what kind of caused me to open up those lines and make 2 more collections within the brand, because I kind of want to give everybody versatility, because not every geek or nerd is the same kind of geek and nerd. And that's what has to be understood. It's like we've come from different backgrounds and different experiences, so we all going to be kind of different in some way. We all don't have to be the same. And I started 2 other collections along with the collection I already have with the brand I already have that's going to be continuing. I started GERD X Squad and I started GERD University. Now, GERD University is basically dedicated to HBCUs and stuff like that. A lot of HBCU stuff is going to be on there. I posted some mock-ups for my Letterman jackets. One of them I already have. One of them is going into production. The one that was most liked has been going to production. I have another one I'm going to do. We're going to be posting a post for it to see which one between the pink one and this new other mock-up I did. To see which one they would be like more, but the black and green one is already in, and purple one is already in production. They're going to be here in a bit. We have some shirts for GERD Squad. We have crop tops. We have jogger sets we got coming, bucket hats, slides. We have a bunch of stuff that we have coming. We have more from GERD, just basic GERD. It's going to be some nice, cool ass collections, pieces. One that's going to be dedicated to bad guys, the bad guys of anime and stuff like that. Actually, might have 2. We're going to have one that's going to be dedicated to like be kind of like herbologist, cannabis related nerd that knows all that stuff about the plants and stuff. It's kind of like an Edgar Badu with Scooby Doo mix going on. We have other stuff going on within that GERD itself. So these next 2 collections is just to give some versatility, give people a broader scope of different dynamics, and they can pick whatever they like from it. So we're just excited to get started on dropping this stuff, but we kind of have to wait because we kind of want to drop everything all at the same time. Like, bam, lay it out there for everybody.
So it sounds like you got a team. Like, how many of y'all are involved?
It's 3, but 4 with my assistant. That's my daughter.
Okay, all right. Yeah, put her to work.
Put the kids to work.
Put her to work.
Earn the hope they
Yeah.
So we also have to. We also have my younger brother and my younger sister. They're both helping me out with a lot of the stuff. Mm-hmm. My younger sister, she's been putting in a lot of work to help me out. But yeah, it's literally I have to stay up late nights and early mornings.
I know that's right.
Doing this, that is something I love doing, so I don't mind doing it. It's basically a team. It's me learning a lot of this stuff too, as far as maneuvering through the whole process of getting manufactured, getting people who do print work and all that stuff. We got our hoodies that we just got in, our white ones, and our black ones are on their way too as well. That we posted on the site. Our black ones, actually, we changed up the black ones to look. That's why it kind of took so long for it to come here to get on its way, because he kind of changed up the look of the logo. So it looks actually, I like it better. So I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that. It's a little change, but that's what we got going on. So I say everybody just be looking out for the 2 collections plus what we got coming more out from GERD. So I'm gonna just have a big drop and let everybody. I'm trying to decide if I do want to do a big drop, if I just want to trickle out things for everybody to see, like, okay, yeah, this is done. Go ahead and take it, send it out. This is done. Go ahead and send it out, kind of thing.
Okay. Out of the stuff that you've, well, actually, let me ask you this. So, do you do the designs and everything yourself, or do you have like an artist that you have?
I do different artists. For the beginning was Julian Shaw.
Okay.
My dad went. Shout out to Julian. He is the person who's going to be basically doing all of the designs for GERD, the GERD collection, the basic GERD collection that we started. We have another artist with GERD X Squad, and I'm trying to pick up another artist to finish out for the GERD University, because the Letterman jackets are just the start. But we have some shirts and stuff we're trying to do with the dedication to the 8 different HBCUs. So everybody who wants to pick up a shirt for that are going to be able to do that. So
we'd love to see it.
I can't wait, man. I'm like super excited. I was like up past, like I said, this week I've been just grinding, doing mock-ups. Like I had to learn Adobe Illustrator. Did not know how to use it at all. Took a month of going there and failing and learning how to rectify things, and a little bit of YouTube.
YouTube University.
YouTube for sure.
I'm telling you, I literally was able to understand how to maneuver through things a lot better now, and that's all I kind of been doing. So working on that, just work. Either I'm working at home, working on the business, or working at work. So
I know that's right. I was about to ask you something. I just lost me. I see the colors and everything like that. So, which one of those? Because it seems like you got like a lot of bright colors. Is that you behind that, or do you kind of like let your artists take it and say, "Hey, this is what I'm trying to do," and then just kind of put that on there and give them the creative control over that? Like, how do you do that?
Depends. Well, for me, I kind of that's me. I like the colors. The artists are like, okay, they're really like good on like, hey, what do you want? They, bring my vision to basically to fruition, and they ask me what I want, and I'm just like, this is what I want. And my colors, as far as the colors, I'm a sneakerhead, so I look at colorways really in depth, and I'm just like, that colorway don't work. Colorway, this colorway works. I'm the person that goes on Nike.com and does my own customized shoes just to see what they look like, and then I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna buy it. I just want to see what it look like. So when I come up with the colorways, I kind of just had to learn how to balance the neutrals with the brights. I do love bright colors, but I just had to learn how to balance all that stuff. So
I respect it. So out of all the ones that you have posted that are out there for everybody to see, which one is your favorite design so far? I know. I'm making you choose between all of them that you love. Well, which one do you kind of gravitate to?
Can I get two?
Yeah, get two.
One is Ironically Woman. That came out looking. Somebody was like, "That looks like you." I was like, I didn't mean for it to look like me. Honestly, like the artist has not seen my picture to be like, "Oh, don't make it look like her." He just did what he did, and it kind of came out like that. And I love it not because it looks like me, but because what it represents, and a female, within that area who's doing something outside the norm, and you like, okay, I'm even seeing a guy, doing this kind of like Iron Man kind of thing. And there is a female note that they have created a thing, but her, just to see it, that's something I wanted to do. And my other one is Damien 10, because Damien 10 is actually, the funny thing about it, I talked to the artist and I kind of gave him a description, not knowing that the description came out looking like my son. Before I even named
That's cool.
Yeah, and his name is Damien. And so I was like, Damien 10. And he was like, because he actually gave me the idea, helped me with the idea of the Ben 10, incorporating Ben 10 along with all the other things. And I was like, all right, let me see, I'm going to put it together. And then when it came out looking like him, I was like, okay, we're going to call it Damien 10. He was like, I don't even like that shirt. I like another one anyway. I was like,
wow,
kids, boy.
Oh my God, he's so messy and petty. He's so petty.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite ones because I am a Ben 10 fan. So that one definitely stuck out to me because I'm like, hold on. That's I can't remember the alien's name, but I was like, I know this alien. I think it was Four Arms or something like that from the show and everything. So I was like, oh yeah, I like this one. So yeah, that's definitely one of the ones that stuck out to me when I was scrolling through and looking at everything.
Yeah, that's one of my bigger sellers. Like Damien 10's been going, Afro Knowledge has been going pretty quickly. Ironically Woman's been selling pretty good too. I really love Musical Knowledge too because it has so many references in it. If you look like Missy Elliott, it has Storm, it has Yellow Ranger, it has just like the mellows she has on. She's just wearing mellows with some tie-dye socks. It's just so many references in there. I loved it too. So when I seen it, I was like, oh, he actually did Missy and I Can't Stay in the Rain so well. He did that so well. On the poster, I was loving it.
It's dope.
Let me see.
It's super dope.
I'm going on the website right now. The website you have looks really, really good too, by the way. I always appreciate a good ass website whenever I can go look at something and everything. So that always makes me happy to see everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it up when I do the big drop because I want all this stuff to be like. Now that I've gotten better at Adobe, I'm like, okay, now let's go have some fun. I can go just be creative with my website, and I'm ready.
Yeah, and then I see the Afro Samurai one as well. Are you an Afro Samurai fan?
I'm Afro Samurai stan.
Okay,
I had the game. I was playing the game. I watched everything, all the whole season, the movie. Afro Samurai was like to see that, and I already knew the story about the Black Samurai years before. Yes. I already knew the story, so just to see them do Afro Samurai and how they did it, the imagery was beautiful. The story was just like it'll bring you to tears on some parts, but it'll bring you like, yeah, Afro, but then you'll be like mad at Afro, like why are you being this person? Kind of thing. It just makes you like, I loved it. It was just like for the culture. I was like, we out here for the culture.
Right, to have Samuel in there.
Yes. Oh, yes. That part just made it so much better. And he was the demon just going. I was like, that looked like it. Right. That's Samuel right there. Yeah, I already know.
Yes, we know.
What so let's see, you pretty much, getting everything started out for the most part now and everything like that. So where do you see GERD going within the next few years? Like, where do you want it to be?
I would love, what some of my positive affirmations I said is to 5 years from now, have it be more of a global thing. I would love 5 years from now. I know it takes longer than that, but I would love with the way social media is and the way information is passed. I would love for it to be a global thing and to have the recognition and be able to bring more people on. That's my biggest thing is bringing other Black creatives on to kind of collaborate and we be able to all build from our own standpoint using that brand, So that's my biggest thing. And bringing on other creatives. I can't wait to the point I can actually feel like, okay, I can have a whole entire art directory team. and a whole entire, media team, a whole entire this and that team. And I can just sit back and do the business, because initially I didn't want to start doing interviews. I literally set up the interviews for my brother, who's the vice president, and started doing them. And he ended up leaving and having to go do something. And it was like, oh, why don't you got to do it now? I was like, I just want to be Elon Musk. I just want to be in the
Let y'all have it. Yeah.
Like, now you got to do it. I was like, all right. So, but I like the business part of it. Just not even just the mock-ups of the design, learning about, negotiations, learning about printing prices and what is a good price for like a minimum, your base minimum based on this minimum, or what is good quality, the types of like, even a percentage of like cotton or polyester, kind of those percentage of fabric with the fabric, it can tell you what kind of fabric you're going to get. Mm-hmm. Like I used to do that when I like did online shopping for stuff. I'd be like, oh, okay, this is going to be some stretchy jeans because of this percentage of polyester versus cotton kind of stuff. So that learning those and learning how to maneuver through it and seeing all the love, man. Like I've been getting so much love for the clothes, and I was just like, when I threw it out there, I was like, I hope somebody likes it, even if it's just two people I didn't mind. But to see as many people liking it as they do, man, I just felt it made me feel so good. I was like, one day somebody sent me a picture like, oh, I'm wearing a Ben 10 shirt, and I was just like, I'm on the verge of tears.
Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And like every customer, I really appreciate every customer that comes through and buys something, because literally all I'm going to just be putting out the support is, I love it. And all I'm going to give is just quality. And that's all I want to give is to my customers, quality, period. So
I feel you on that.
So quick question. I know you said you got started during the pandemic, which was a challenge in itself, because this last year has been just out of the norm for everybody. But what would you say some of the challenges have been with getting everything up and going in the midst of a pandemic?
I would think production times and delivery times. That's kind of been pushed back a lot because of the things that have gone on through the quarantine. People, some people are still essential workers, so this is like the things that they do on the side of their side businesses. So I had to be understanding of the fact, like, I'm kind of person like, okay, let's get it done now. Let's move. Now everybody is able to work, like that. And just keeping my own sanity, like for everything, like this is not happening now. I want it done now. Just like being patient about a lot of things, and learning how to be more, because at times you'll have people who have so much time on their hands, like they like to troll. And I've had trolls. I was like, I get trolls. I was like, I got a troll. Like, that's what we do. But then the trolls kept coming. I literally like get trolls that ask for like certain things. I'm just like, okay. And I learning how to handle it differently than I would handle things out in the field for me and my own, what I usually do is learn to be super professional and understanding that I don't take a lot of things personal. I'm gonna be honest, I don't. So when I get crazy customers ask me the most ridiculous things, I'm like, can't do that, sir. But you can work with you. So building, that was kind of been the craziest thing, being patient and not going crazy about the time frames of things. Delivery and shipping just got messed up a lot during the quarantine, and that was a frustrating thing.
Oh, I can imagine. I guess my last question would be, what is some advice or tips you would give someone who is trying to get a business up and running? Not necessarily just a clothing line, but any type of business. Like, what would be some things that you would give them to help them out?
The first thing it would be, do your research on whatever you're going into. Any business I've looked at trying to go into, because this is actually the first business I just decided to do. I had other businesses I thought of, but I was just like, I don't want to, I kind of back out of it, because I start doing the research and seeing how much, would it be more beneficial for me to do it this way or something. But this is, do your research, know what you're getting into, know how much it's going to cost, and understand that, like, literally the first couple months, or the first, I would say first 2 quarters of profit that you receive, it won't necessarily be any profit. The first 2 quarters, you're probably not going to generate much profit, even in an e-commerce kind of thing. Even with, you have to just understand reinvesting back into that, make wise reinvestments back into your company, but understand that like my idea is like my mind thinking is, okay, I know I made this much, I'm going to reinvest this much back into the company. So to be able to change, what direction I want to go or add more, whatever I need to do for the company to build it more. And that's kind of like my mind thinking. So basically I spend money to make money, and don't ever think like first couple sales you're going to get, oh, that's all my profit. No, that's all the money that needs to be reinvested back into your company so you can continue on and make a bigger profit. So take risk. Just take risks sometimes, but don't take too many. Understand what kind of risk you're taking.
Right.
Make sure you go for quality. What's a lot of things people think like this fast, get it in fast, get it out fast, get it in fast, get it out fast. And that's fine. Because that's kind of how our world is. We want everything now. That's why Amazon's kind of built from where it's built at, built to where it's built at. But understanding that quality is going to always be quantity, because you can make 1,000 of one thing and 500 of another, and it depends on the quality that you make. That you have is like 1,000 is like horrible quality or subpar quality, mediocre quality, but you have 50 that are like the best quality. You're gonna have customers come back and get that whatever that 50 is. So. And just understand your audience and work. Understand there's going to be some work. You can't just give up because one person doesn't want to deal with you, one person doesn't want to work with you, one person doesn't like your stuff, but one person keeps posting stuff about GERD being gastrointestinal. It doesn't bother me no more, but I was just like, come on, y'all. Can we come with something better? I don't want to keep typing the same things to you guys. But just knowing that, having that understanding going into it's going to be work for a while before you start seeing the benefits of any company you open. That's the best way to think about it, and people are not going to nothing is ever meant for everybody.
Right.
Except for water. Nothing but water is ever meant for everybody. Not everybody's going to like it. Some people don't like water. So
I don't trust people. I don't trust people that don't drink water.
Yes, like it's 75% of your body, man. It's hard to get away from. It's 75% of your body. What you gonna do? Just rely on the 25?
Facts. Yeah. I was gonna ask you. So, before you got started and everything, was there another like Black nerd clothing line that you kind of liked that you were inspired by at all?
Actually, no, I didn't see any, but actually once I started delving into it, I started seeing other people. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm not ever the person, I understand I'm going to have competition. I'm not stupid. Right. There's billions of people in this world. Somebody else is going to come up with the same ideas to the same, different capacity, but it's their image, the same concept. So I'm never the kind of person, we all have our own lanes and we're all going to give a kind of diverse meaning because we all see it differently. Have our nerd geek experience differently. So I never am there's competition and I got to bring them down. No, I'm going to look my competition. Hey, we all in this together, man. We're all in the same community. Let's all make money. Let's all break bread. Let's all do what we got to do for ourselves. Let's break bread together, sit at the same table. I'm that kind of person, I just don't want that. And it's just, I pray that there's no kind of crab in a barrel mentality that goes on I see with the community a lot, and it's frustrating because I love to bring all the Black creatives going on. I love it. I love seeing I get overwhelmed. I get to look at this new art, or I get to look at this new piece. I get to look at this new video that they did, this new TikTok and stuff like that. It's interesting for me. So it's I just want everybody to get out that mentality. That's why I feel like a lot of our generational wealth we could probably start working on is not going to be able to happen if we don't get out of that mentality. We have to be the best, because a lot of other cultures are not. They don't run like that. They were we lift each other up so we can get on out. How a lot of other cultures come together to build their wealth, and then have everybody else be able to use a piece of that wealth and branch off and create more wealth, kind of thing. We need to be able to start doing that. So
I feel you on that. So did you by chance see whenever Michael B. Jordan did the Naruto line with Coach? No.
I don't. When I heard Naruto and Coach together, I'm not doing it. I was like, where we going?
Like it's not even affordable for
Yeah.
the people in that community. Well, not saying people broke, but it didn't even correlate. Like
Niggas
Like
broke.
it just was like they were trying. It's like they were trying to like pander to
pander. Yes, they were pandering.
And I'm like, you see, and that's how you know the Black community is like literally the Black nerd community is growing because they're having high end, labels come to, they're going to Black people who are known within that community and having them, hey, I want you to promote this, and it has to do with all the stuff within that community, even though that person may not have that deep of an understanding, but they know we know them. They know we in our community know them, so we'll be like, oh, okay, no, I'm not buying. I'm good.
So go ahead.
They're doing too much.
I asked you that to ask you this. So like, if you had to pick like another brand, mind you, it doesn't have to be Coach, but like, is there another brand? Like, let's say this brand wanted to reach out to you, say, hey, let's do a collab line or something like that. Is there a certain one that you would do if you had to choice one? Like a GERD Nike line or something like that?
Nike, because I think I would be able to bring something to Nike that like they're about their colorways, they're about stuff like that. So I think that would be a good, comfortable home for me to be able to say, hey, I need to be able to stretch my legs. We're collabing to this extent, and let me show what I can do. Let me see the shoe collection that we got going on. I can match some stuff with it. I think I'll have more of a leeway to be able to do that. As far as like that super high end, like Louis and Gucci and all that stuff, I don't think I would want to do anything with them. Like honestly, I kind of want to give the customers a level of being able to pay for something,
right.
Purchase it. I don't want to be that exclusive that is excluding a lot of people out in it. So
yeah. I wouldn't be mad at the Nike line with if y'all partner and everything. Like I need like some GERD male hoochie shorts that I can put on with my thigh.
Look, we got some basketball shorts coming. We got some terry cloth shorts coming. We got crop tops coming. We got jogger sets coming. We got bucket hats coming. We got a lot of stuff.
Bucket hats, yes.
I definitely
some
need
for the summer, some before the fall. And I'm ready.
So what you're saying is that the summer's about to be here, so GERD gonna have it ready for everybody. We're
gonna have it ready for the summertime, and we're gonna be getting ready to go into the fall. So our jogging sets is kind of like getting us ready to go into the fall too, as well. Kind of jumpstart that. So that'll be really good to see because I can't wait to see everything when it comes.
Do you all have tanks? I don't know if I saw that on the website or not.
Yeah, what?
Tanks.
Tank tops? No, not yet.
Okay,
but
not yet.
That's gonna be coming up next.
Okay,
that's either tanks or actually I was thinking about doing something like I've been thinking people do basketball jerseys, and I kind of want to do my own take on the basketball jersey for like the GERD University kind of thing going on there. There's some other stuff like I can't. When we're done with this, I'm gonna show you guys some of the stuff I've been working on, and it's really like for girls. X Squad is kind of like the gritty, good kind of nerd line. Okay, so it's really good. I was just like in the GERD University. You guys have seen some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I've been kind of just like trying to create a dynamic that's like so versatile because that's just me. I'm an eclectic person, so everything I see is just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So that's kind of what I've done with these things. So I'm super excited.
Yes. We've seen like a lot of these anime style or just nerd overall clothing lines and stuff at these conventions back before pandemic and everything like that. Have you considered like taking the show on the road and like maybe having a booth at a con and promoting it there in person?
Yeah, I want to kind of do that. I'm supposed to be doing Blurred City Con. I have to look more into that, see what's going on there. But I want to be able to go to these Blurred Cons and be able to show out that. So I was like, they were having the one in Virginia, Blurred Con. I wanted to go to that one this year, but I was like, I kind of looked at my team like, look, we're going to go next year. We're going to be ready next year. Next year, everybody's going to be, our label is going to be, our brand's going to be more recognizable within the community. Everybody's going to know us. So, us going next year will be a bigger advantage for us than us to go this year. We're kind of just little known right now. And it'll be more like we'll have more stuff to be able to sell. And hopefully we'll sell everything when we go there. But we don't have to take them back with us.
I know that's right. Yeah, one of the conventions that we're like really excited for upcoming is called DreamCon. And it's actually gonna be here in Dallas at the end of June. End of July. So it's literally for Black people. So it's your target market and everything like that. So
let's look into that. DreamCon is at the end of August.
End of July. End of July the 23rd, I believe, is the first day. I think. Yeah. So we'll be there with all of our anime podcasting buddies as well. So yeah, that's something that we went to it 2 years ago in 2019. And so we got to see a lot of people like the anime artists and everything like that. So I think some of the stuff I got up here is from that convention and everything. And a lot of the clothing lines were there like that for us, like I said, were there as well. So that might be something that you want to look into as well in the future. Maybe not this year, because I know you're trying to get everything off, started and everything like that. But that might be something you definitely want to look into going forward because,
Yeah, definitely. Because I didn't know how big the Black Cons are, the Black Nerd conventions are, and I love it. Like I was like, I wish I would have seen this a long time ago. Like, oh man! And I was talking to somebody and they were explaining all the ones. I was like, dang, this is a lot. I was like, give me a year. Let me get this together. Where when I go out, I can just go out and we're ready. We're packaged. We're out here basically just. Hey, here we are. You guys already seen us. You guys know who we are. Let's get hey, y'all want to buy something kind of thing. So I can't wait. Like next year, I like I said, told my team, I'm like, look, we're doing a couple conventions. So just know that next year we're traveling. We're getting up out of here for a little bit.
I feel you on that. All right, you gonna have your kids model and everything with the clothing line?
Actually, my oldest daughter, she's gonna be when we get ready to do our pictures, our product pictures and stuff like that. We're gonna incorporate some models and stuff like that. So, my daughter's gonna be doing one of them. She looks like a chocolate version of me. I love the chocolate girls.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
She was ready. She was like, "Yep." I was like, "Okay, you gonna do it?" She's like, "Yes, Mom, I'll do it."
Perfect. That's good.
So yeah, I mean, it's exciting to see her, spread her wings. She's like me. She's like closed in. She's like a hermit, kind of like me. And I'm like, look, sometimes you just got to go out there. So she's excited.
I feel you on that. Good shit. Anything that you want to tell anybody that we hadn't discussed for the line that people need to know?
I think I've talked about everything so far. We got like I guess be looking out on our pages. We're going to be posting about because I'm trying to do not necessarily that specifically for the ladies, but I want to I'm creating a Letterman, trying to create a Letterman that's going to be, more like the ladies will like that too. Kind of like thing. Like you can get it for the girly girls. There's girly girls and there's late girls like me. Hey, we're tomboys. Hey, we can be a little bit, we can put some heels on, put some makeup on. But you catch us running with a running 50-yard line.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to be posting that pretty soon, probably today. I'm probably going to do a little live after it's like a pre-show kind of live.
Okay.
I kind of start doing that, just kind of like, hey guys, ask questions if they want to. I see a lot of people doing live. I don't like listening to my voice. So I'm like, literally like, I don't want to hear the interview because I don't want to hear my voice.
Y'all sound completely fine. I argue with Sinead every once in a while. She's like, oh, I sound like a little boy. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah. That's what I sound like a little mousy girl, like I'm nasally as I don't know what, and I'm like, I got allergies, but I'm trying to.
I got allergies.
Mucinex my go-to. I'm like, I got to pop a Mucinex every day. What's going on? And the allergy pill is Zyrtec. I'm like, allergy medicine is expensive.
I definitely need Zyrtec on it because the allergies been beating my ass for the past few weeks.
Yeah, my eyes. Yeah.
Oh man, Zyrtec. I have to literally double up with Zyrtec and Mucinex together, and I have to do the nasal sprays in order to be able to like breathe comfortably on a regular basis. So
I've been scared to sneeze in my grandmother's house because she'd be like, "Go get you some Allegra D right now." I'm like, "Yes, Mom."
my kids have now learned the value of those nasal sprays now. They're like, hey, where's the nasal spray, Mom? Let me spray my nose.
I need to start
I
using
can't breathe.
those.
Like,
No,
okay.
for real.
So yeah, it's just check out the page. We're gonna be posting some basically like a survey to see which one the ladies will like, and that's gonna be actually the next one I go ahead and get done and get put up. Be looking out for us. I'm trying to decide also. We'll probably do another one, a question asking if you guys want us to trickle things out, if you guys want us to just drop everything at the same time, because we're gonna have stuff already ready, sitting, waiting for the other stuff to be finished. So it's either we can drop it all now. I mean, drop it all at one time, or we can just like, hey, we got this ready now. You guys want this or that? So we're going to be asking that question and trying to see where everybody wants to go with that. So I can hold it. I can hold all the stuff. If people are not with it,
just put it all out there in one, yeah?
Yeah, I can drop it. It's going to be a lot. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. But if everybody wants to see what I've been doing, like I said, after we're done, I'm going to show you guys a couple of things I've been working on that it's nearly done. So
yeah,
pretty excited, man. Other than that, just check us out, GERDclothing.com. I already sent you guys something for your site, for your pod.
Yes.
To use. Anybody who listens to the pod, get a percentage off. So they'll be able to give you guys, if you guys want to, whatever you guys want to do with it. But
oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna put it out there for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, I was like, I set that up, and so it's a thank you for you guys, because you guys, and your listeners, because I don't know how, you guys didn't have to let me come on here, and I'm appreciative.
Of course.
Of course, always.
Yes. I do. We definitely don't accept everybody that reaches out to us, but we would definitely love your site and love what you're doing. So yeah, we had to make sure you came through and everything. So we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys and giving me your time, man. Just check out GERD Clothing. That's our app for every site that we're on. We have some TikToks coming out today. You guys want to check it? When somebody tagged us on Twitter, was like, Lil Yachty was like, hey, I want to go on TikTok and look at clothes. Someone was like, look at GERD Clothes. I was like, yes, Lil Yachty.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, Lil Yachty.
There you go.
This is you. You like this stuff.
Yes.
So we're like, okay, we got to get our TikTok game up. So we're getting that together. I kind of just went on there and did a few things and just, kind of like some artwork and posted some mock-ups and stuff and seeing what everybody's like on there. So check that out there. Check us out on Twitter and Instagram, or just go straight to GERDclothing.com. We have a lot of stuff that we have. We have some patches we just threw on, just a little something small for people. They want to just grab something, not feeling like grabbing a shirt right now or a sweatshirt or a hoodie. They can grab something simple. So, or sign up for our emails. Be an email subscriber.
There you go.
Get the notice on all the new stuff that's dropping. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put the discount code. Our episodes drop on Monday, so everybody's gonna listen to this tomorrow. And then I'm definitely gonna put the video out there as well. I don't know when, because video editing is a fool, but I'm definitely gonna put the video out there, and I'm gonna let you know whenever it's gonna drop and everything, so you'll be prepared to see and everything like that. So just be on the lookout for that. And I think that was it. I was gonna ask you, so was there anything that that you want to recommend as far as like something that you want everybody to watch going forward?
I gotta go see how Mars Red is. If it's good, I'll be like, okay, go watch that now.
Right? Yeah. I'm not recommending that just yet, going because I've seen one episode and I'm not sold yet.
Yeah, see, I have to go back, but I don't know. Everybody has their own thing. I've watched some stuff that people were like, "Oh, you watched that?" Like, I never thought you would watch that. Like Tight, I like that movie. That's an old movie though, but you kind of got to sit through it. Some stuff that's like, what's going on? Oh, it's kind of cringy, but then it's like the story is a good story that it talks about. I don't know if you've ever watched that movie. It talks about basically about a girl. Her parents were killed. The family friend came and took her and trained her to be an assassin to kill all these old pervy men that like little girls, and that's kind of her job. So she dresses up as a schoolgirl and kills them.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Hard Candy. That movie Hard Candy, but it's kind of like the ending, the story. When the story starts unfolding, you're like, oh my god, what in the world? But it's so good. They did try to make a real life version of it, like the Dragon Ball Z stuff and the Airbender stuff. It was just disappointing. I'm like, why we go there?
Some mess.
A mess. It makes you just want to just like, you know what? You just ruined everything for me. I love the Airbender. What is going on here? There's some explaining that needs to be done.
No, for real. I 100% agree with that. Nate, is there anything that you want to recommend to everybody?
I think that's about. I really don't have anything right now. I mean, I guess everybody is watching their own thing, but they like. I have to find my thing I'm into now. I'm going back to some oldies to kind of catch up on things. Attack on Titan is about done, so I think this the last season, right?
Well, the part 2 of the last season is going to drop either at the end of this year or early next year.
Okay, yeah, I think when that comes up, just go watch it. That's about it right now. I kind of try to get through one, and then if I get off of it, I get off of it.
I feel you.
I'm trying to get through.
I feel you on that.
Oh, my allergies are acting up. Sorry, y'all. I think I'm just gonna recommend Kenichi this week. It's definitely lighthearted. I don't know. I feel like in Clubhouse the other day, somebody mentioned Kenichi. Mm-hmm. It was on the pod. I really feel like it was leaked, but I don't know what the context of why Kenichi came up. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I think I'm gonna recommend Kenichi this week.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Nate. So, Indra, there is we do a thing called Anime After Dark on Wednesday nights, at 9:30 our time. It's a great place where we talk about different topics and everything like that, but it's also a great place for you to plug GERD clothing, because a lot of people are literally there in there and they'll hear you, so we can bring you up to the stage and you can plug everything. So if you're available Wednesday night, pull up. Do you have Clubhouse by chance? The app.
I can get it.
Okay, I'm about to say, if you get it, that's fine, and I can send you a link or whatever. If you need an invite, whatever, just let me know, and I'll send it to you. But that's a great place to pull up on Wednesday and plug it. So main thing we do is make sure when you come to the stage, tell me your top 3, and then plug whatever you want to plug, and then you can talk about the topic or whatever. So yeah, that may be something that you might be definitely want to do. So yeah, so it's a good place.
I definitely am interested.
Good place for people to discover you. Yeah, so I'm recommending Vivi. I think everybody should watch that. That might be my favorite of spring season when it's all said and done. It might overtake Tokyo Revengers when it's all said and done. So we'll see how that happens. But I literally I can't stop watching it. So yeah, that's all I got though. I don't think we have any news for ourselves as of right now. So if we do, I'll have to talk about it next time, because I don't think I can't remember shit. So but yeah. Indra, we appreciate you for coming and talking with us.
Yes, thank you so much.
I really appreciate you guys giving me your time, man. And thank you so much.
Of course, anytime.
Absolutely.
You're a friend and family of the pod, so just let us know when you want to come back.
Yeah. So we'll drop the episode tomorrow, and then hopefully we get a chance to talk to you on Wednesday, Anime After Dark. And then after that, we'll talk to you next time after that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And just be looking out for those drops, man. We're getting ready to ramp up and drop them. Get ready to go.
Oh, and that's what I was also going to say. I was going to say, if it's something that you want us to put out there, just because I barely check our IG or whatever, so just like tag me in it. I'll see the notification. Tag me in it, and I can share it to our story or whatever. So make sure everybody that's on our following, gets a chance to see it on our story and everything like that. So feel free and either DM me something you want me to put out there or tag me in it, and I'll share it.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. I'm definitely going to be tagging you guys in some stuff so y'all can.
Please do.
Promote. Thank you. I really appreciate the support, man. You guys don't understand. Like every time, like literally last night, I was literally like damn near in tears. Like, I feel so, like the support from people, like-minded people or like personality type people. Mm-hmm. It just feels good. It feels good, and we all are black, and I love it.
Yes, yes, black as hell. Yes,
black. What's your mama? Black. Yeah. Black. I'm black and black.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, the words that we live by on this podcast, how we always end it. Make sure y'all wash your hands, wash your ass, watch anime, and wear a mask. That's what we living by. Yep. Screw.
Adios.
Bye.